19th Loksabha elections, my warmest regards and compliments on my own behalf and on behalf of the All India Trinamool Congress and its chairperson, Ms. Mamta Banerjee. This Lok Sabha election will determine the way forward for the youth of this country. This election is especially important for the young people of this country, the next generation. The present government at the centre came to power with a promise that they would bring good times or achhe din for the country. That promise has proven to be a hoax. They made big promises but delivered nothing. They have let India down very badly. The root of India's philosophy is welfare for society. Humanity is the greatest truth. Unfortunately, across the country, this government has done nothing for humanity and instead spread disharmony, hatred and violence. The government at the centre has miserably failed and willfully neglected to provide food, clothing, shelter and employment to all. The slogan of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas remains an empty slogan. In contrast, let me share with you what the West Bengal government under the stewardship of Ms. Mamta Banerjee has achieved. So let's start with the idea of India. We need to stand up to save this nation from divisiveness, hatred and authoritarianism. We need to rekindle the unity of India. We need to celebrate its rainbow of colors with every citizen of our great nation, no matter who they are, minorities, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, OBCs, the marginalized, the deprived. We must bring back their pride, their sense of self-worth, their self-confidence, which has been severely damaged by the current regime at the center. Let me give you a few examples. Let's begin with students. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. It's just an advertising campaign. There are no monetary benefits. Kanya Shri, on the other hand, from the West Bengal government, launched in 2013, has been funded to the tune of almost 7,000 crores, 6,580 crores by the West Bengal government and reaches 60 lakh beneficiaries. Now you compare this with the central government's Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme, which was introduced much later and in fact funded by only 562 crores for the entire country and one state almost 7,000 crores. Kanya Shri in fact has received an award from the United Nations. School students in Bengal are provided free books, clothes, shoes, bags. Kanya Shri and Shobut Shati have helped in bringing down the dropout rate from a very, very high 8,000. Can you imagine? 8,000 in 2013. Now it's down to it's in 2017 from 8,000 it's down to 300. Indeed, nearly 1,000 new primary schools and 6,000 new upper primary schools have been established here in Bengal in the last 7.5 years. 28 new universities. Yes, 50 new colleges, all established in the state of West Bengal. 10 new universities are under construction as we speak. The admission process to all undergraduate and postgraduate courses have been made online by the government. 2 Hindi medium colleges, 1 Hindi medium university is being established, and there's a Diamond Harbour Women's University which has been established, which is the first of its kind in eastern India. If you look at the All India Trinamool manifesto, what's very, very interesting is that expenditure on education, which is currently at 3.24% of GDP, will go up, not to 4, not to 5, but to 6% of GDP. Now let's move on to youth, the young people of this nation. The unemployment rate is at 7.2% in the country. That's the highest it's been in 45 years. Sadly, 2 crore jobs have been lost in the last 5 years. Now contrast this with Bengal. 1 crore jobs created since Mamta Banerjee's Trinamool Congress government came to power. Unemployment is down by 40%. That's a huge achievement. Financial assistance of 1,500 per month to 1 lakh job seekers enrolled in Employment Bank. We have set up an IT hub modeled on Silicon Valley, the Silicon Valley. 66% growth in employment in the IT sector, and there's more for young people. Now that's a huge growth rate. The highest number of MSMEs in the country, employing 1 crore people. Where is all this happening? Number 1, Bengal has been number 1. For skill development, it's no different. Bengal is number 1. For ease of doing business, no different. Bengal is number 1. Now let's move on to women. The ruling party promised to pass the Women's Reservation Bill in their 2014 manifesto. They failed to pass this, even with such an overwhelming majority. In the Loksabha, my party, the Trinamool Congress, has 35% women members in the Lok Sabha, 35%. For the 2019 elections, we've done even better. 41% of our candidates are women. We have 50% reservation for women at the panchayat level. And here's another interesting statistic. The rate of institutional delivery has increased to 97.5% from 65% which it was in 2011. So it's gone up to 97.5%. Shashto Shati Smart Card, very interesting concept because it's issued in the name of the woman as the head of the family. Isn't that wonderful? Apart from the members of the family, the women's parents also get the benefits. Let's move on to farmers. It's very, very simple. The central government made some promises before they came to power. They said they will double farmer income. They haven't. What's happened in Bengal? Farmer income has not doubled. In fact, it's trebled from 91,000 up to almost 2,91,000 in 2017-18. So again, always delivering on promises, tripling farmer income from farming. And of course, we can also tell you about the Krishak Bandhu scheme, which gives farmers an annual assistance of 5,000 per acre. Now from farming, let's move on to health. Universal free treatment. Yes, you heard right. Universal free treatment and diagnosis in government hospitals. That's under the scheme called Shashto Shati. 7 crore people from 1.5 crore families, covering about 75% of Bengal's population, have benefited. 42 multi-super speciality hospitals across the state, and so much development in health services right down to the district level. And as a result, infant mortality rate has decreased, maternal mortality rate has decreased, and the rate of vaccination has increased. And all the manifesto pledges we made, and we also pledged that for health expenditure will be up to 4.5% in place of the current 1.38% of GDP. Well, oh well, none of the objectives promised have ever been fulfilled. So demonetization, which took place on November the 8th, 2016, was a failed misadventure. And like so many actions of this government, it was only big talk but no delivery. Big promises not kept. Big gimmicks, no implementation. Fail, fail, fail. The All India Trinamool Congress is committed to building a united India. The Trinamool is committed to achieving comprehensive development by increasing GDP growth linked to generating jobs. We must generate jobs. The Trinamool Congress pledges to ensure freedom of thought and expression, religious harmony, and territorial integrity. This election, friends, has become very different from elections held earlier. This election is about saving our Constitution. This election is about protecting and preserving our glorious institutions like Parliament, the RBI, from being destroyed. This election is about you. It's about youth. It's about women. It's about farmers. It's about jobs. This election is about fulfilling the thoughts and aspirations of our new generation. This election is about preserving the very idea of India. A vote for the Trinamool under the leadership of Ms. Mamta Banerjee will ensure this. I humbly appeal to you to put your trust and your confidence in us. On behalf of the All India Trinamool Congress, my best wishes to each one of you and your families. Mahamati Manus Jindabad, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.